Good evening, everyone. It's good to be here in memory of the folks who have fallen to domestic violence. There is someone that we were just speaking of, one of my dear friends from high school who lost his life about the domestic violence. Just a good Samaritan at a gas station, saw a couple, a girl in distress. As a matter of fact, her boyfriend was trying to shove her in the trunk of a car. And being a good Samaritan that he was, a retired police officer, ran to her aid and was run over by the victim's boyfriend. I think we're here today to remember the people who have become victims. And it's so very important that we keep them dear in our hearts and work very hard for the future of people who become victims, and make sure that, or ensure those that we are reaching out in their best interest, making laws, and doing everything we can possibly to stop the violence. And I'm glad that I'm here today. There's so many programs that the prosecutor has in place. We have our Women's Center that does great work, and I'm so very proud of all the folks that are engaged in preventing violence. And I'm just glad that I'm able to speak on behalf of that. And I'd like to have Freeholder Director Magazzu would like to read a proclamation.
Thank you, Freeholder. Mayor, Senator, Assemblyman, Prosecutor, and certainly ladies, thank you for putting this together again. It's been many years that I've been coming to this, and it's still very somber, because I think about the facts that lead to us being here. When I was a young lawyer, I was a municipal prosecutor, and I would have the opportunity to read some of these reports, and they chill you. As a man, you get angry, and as a human being, you become incredulous that another human being who at one point thought that he or she was in love with another human being could cause the type of physical pain and violence over and over and over again. And then, frankly, there's the concern and the sympathy for those who are the abused parties, whether they're men and women, or women, mostly women. And you think, you wish that you could be in that house, or be in that place, be in that space, and be there to protect them. You wish that you could put your arms around them. You wish that you could look the assailant in the eye and say, stop. This is not what you should do to someone who you purport to love. This is certainly not something you should do to someone who is a child of God. But you can't do that. No matter what we want to do, we can't put ourselves in those places. It's physically impossible. And I want to commend the prosecutor particularly, because under his leadership, this has been an important part and mission of his office. There have been other things we've disagreed on. But on this issue, he has been an extraordinary leader, and took an issue that was talked about and dealt with, but made it a priority of his office. And I respect him greatly for that. All I can say to you is that we have to, every day, be there for those who need that protection. And although we physically cannot be in their offices, or in their homes, or in their places of employment, we can be there in places such as this. We can be in city halls and courthouses throughout the country and say, we stand with you. We are there to protect you. And although we cannot physically put our arms around you at that place and time, we can, as a community, when we become aware of these circumstances. And we can, on days like today, think and pray for those who have been injured, in some cases, as with today, killed. So with that, I will read a proclamation designating October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas the crime of domestic violence impacts the entire family, stripping its victims of their dignity and their sense of security by systematic control through physical and mental abuse. And whereas the Cumberland County Women's Center and the Office of Victim Witness Advocacy are co-sponsoring the annual Candlelight Vigil as part of the National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And whereas the steps of City Hall, or the lobby of City Hall as we're here today, is a fitting location for a public display of support to rally for the elimination of domestic violence. And whereas the Women's Center and the Office of Victim Witness Advocacy remain dedicated to increasing public awareness of domestic violence and continue to provide critical resources and services to help rebuild lives. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Cumberland as follows, that this Board, on behalf of the citizens of Cumberland County, proclaims the month of October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in conjunction with the nationwide effort to eliminate this unspeakable crime.